The man who walked between the towers. When there were two towers side by side, they were each a quarter of a mile high, 1,340 feet, the tallest building in New York City. A young man saw them rise into the sky. He was a street performer. He rode a unicycle. He juggled boats and ferry draughts. But most of all, he loved to walk and dance on a rope he tied between two trees. He looked not at the towers, but at the space between them, and thought, what a wonderful place to stretch a rope. A right were on which to walk. Once the idea came to him, he knew he had to do it. If he saw three balls, he had to juggle. It's his no two towers. He had to walk. That's how he was. And he danced on a wire between the steps of Notre Dame Cathedral above his amazed home city Paris, but not here between these two towers. Of course, he knew that in Paris, the police and the owners of the towers would never allow it. You must be crazy, they would say. You fall for show. And so Philip, that was the young man's name, began a plan to do it secretly. The building are not quite finished. He thought, maybe if I dressed as a concierge worker, only on a guest every evening, he and a friend entered the south tower. They got a 440-pound fill of cable and other equipment into the elevator into a unified top then floors and waited till nightfall when everyone had gone. Then they cried everything up 180 stairs to the roof. At midnight, on the other tower's roof, two more friends tied a thin, strong line to an arrow and shot it across to Philip, 140 feet away. It missed and landed on a ledge 15 feet below the roof, but luck, thought Philip. He crawled down to the ledge over the sparkling city and got to a row. To its line he tied a stronger line with his friend pulled back to their tower. To his end of the stronger line, Philip tied the cable on with it would walk. It was 5/8 of an inch thick. His friend pulled the cable over to their tower, but it was so heavy that it slipped. For Philip grip the cable, its middle plumped toward the street. Pulled the friend on the other tower to the very edge. Philip just in time secured it, and it took them 3 hours to pull the cable back up. Fractionally, as the stair faded, they tightened it between the two towers. It was passed down before they were ready. Philip put on his back shirt and tights. He picked up his 28-foot balancing pole. All his life he had worked to be here to do this. As the rising sun lit up the tower, out he stepped onto the water. Out to the very middle he walked as if he were walking on the air itself. Many wondered what a firm between the tower, and he swayed with them. He could feel the tower breathing. He was not afraid. He felt alone and happy and absolutely free. A woman coming from the subway might have been the first to see him. Look! Someone walking on a wall between the towers. Everyone stopped and looked up. They gasped and stared. It was astonishing. It was trifling and beautiful. A creature of a mile up in the sky. Someone was dancing. Police saw it too. Officers rushed to the roof of the tower. You're under arrest! Arrest! They shouted through the billboards. Philip turned and walked the other way. For almost another hour back and forth he walked, danced, ran, and knelt in assault upon the wall. He even lay down to rest. The city and harbor spread beneath him. The sky circled him. Seagulls flew under and over. As long as he stayed on the wall, he was free. When he felt completely satisfied, he walked back to the roof and held out his wrist for the handcuff. They brought him to court. The judge sentenced him to Perth from in the park for the children of the city. This he did happily during his performance. Some boys playing on his sword tracks. Eight and Philip fell. Oh no, this kid is bad. Now the towers are gone, but in memory, as if imprinted on the sky, the towers are still there. And part of that memory is the joyful morning, August 7, 1974, when Philip Petit walked between them in the air. The end.